Go ahead and stock up on all of your Skull Island merch at Big Bad Toy Store at the link in the description down below. Pokemon, Kaiju, Dragon Ball, and more. It's Steven's Toy Reviews. Hello there, collectors. Steven here once again, and we're going to bring some monkey madness to you with a review of the D4 Kong from the Kong Skull Island subline. Now, real quick, here's just something interesting about this. These are released by Star Ace, so their name is properly on the box, but they were prototyped and produced by X+. So, yeah. Anyway, we have the standalone King Kong D4 figure that is not accompanied by a Skullcrawler, though you can buy that separately, and I got a review for that up. And a lot of folks are wondering if maybe this standalone King Kong might be worth the purchase because, I mean, you got the awesome versus Skullcrawler set. Do you need a monkey on his own? You'd be surprised. So let's take a look to see whether or not he's worth adding into your collection. One aspect of figures which are supposed to have fur, I feel is really difficult to nail, and this even goes for something along the lines of the SH Monster Arts King Kong, the Mezco King Kong. I've even seen some werewolf figures. Well, you can kind of guess what I'm getting at here. It's difficult to sculpt the fur, and I gotta say, he actually did a pretty good job. I'm kind of impressed. I was expecting something a little bit lesser here, but yeah, X+ was actually kind of able to deliver here, or Star Ace, since their name is on the box. But anyway, yeah, King Kong is looking really nice, and they actually applied the paint applications rather well to make the fur look actually believable. But what's even cooler than that is, you know how on the chest for Kong there's not as much fur, at least maybe even on the stomach as well? Yeah, they actually did a nice job of conveying that feeling as well. Kong also has a nice set of scratches on his chest that makes it look like he just got out of battle with a Skullcrawler. Maybe he's actually in the middle of the battle with a Skullcrawler. Who knows? It's yours. You come up with your own imagination and your own story to tell. And Kong is in a nice roaring pose where he's looking up into the sky. Now, this was reused for the Versus Skullcrawler set, so that is why he would be in this pose, because the two are companion pieces, so on and so forth. So you have that idea. But what's interesting about this one is that this version of King Kong is holding his fist up, and he has the boat propeller in his right hand. So there is a little bit of a difference here compared to the Versus Skullcrawler set. But aside from the position of the hands, the rest of the figure remains mostly unchanged. So if you've seen my review of the Versus Skullcrawler set, or you already have that and you're thinking about getting this, realistically speaking, aside from the hands, the rest of the figure should be pretty much the same. This includes really well detailed teeth. I'm very surprised they were able to get them to look as nice as they did. A nice looking mouth, fantastically sculpted and painted fur. The eye decals are wonderful, and overall, Kong looks great. Now, I just want to talk about really quick some of the accessories that Kong may come with. Now, Kong does come with that boat propeller in his right hand, and as I showed you a picture of it, there is a metal chain that wraps around it. Unfortunately, that is actually not sculpted into Kong's hand. You do get that chain separately. Now, I say unfortunately because it may throw some folks off. Yeah, the way that the chain works is you just have to wrap it around the propeller and Kong's fist, and that's how you get it to display. So yeah, that's that. Okay, now Kong also does come with the Skull Island base that all three figures in this sort of subline, if you will, of Kong D4 figures comes with. Kong also comes with a little translucent piece of plastic that is used as a support for his left leg, not his right. Personally, I feel that that support being there doesn't really work as well as if it would be for, let's say, his right thigh or his right buttocks. I'm using the technical word there, kids. It's okay, because Kong has a big head and he's leaning back. So I think that would be the better place to support him. But they didn't. But, you know, what do I know? I don't make these things. I just review them. So yes, Kong does come with a base. There is no hole in it. So this way there's no support arm option there. So yeah. Yep. So those are the accessories. He comes with a metal chain to wrap around the propeller, and he comes with a support base with a little piece of translucent plastic, which is meant to be a support stand for him of some kind. So now that we've taken a look at the figure, there really isn't much else to talk about except for a size comparison. So here is Kong alongside the standalone Skullcrawler with some other figures you just might have. So this way you can get an idea of how big these figures just might be. And as you can see, they'll blend in relatively well with your other D for Real figures, standing at around the 5 or so inch mark. And of course, we got to end it with a comparison with the Versus Skullcrawler set, just because, yeah, I think it looked cool. And some folks probably wanted to see it. So buy now, skip, or wait for a deal. Overall, the standalone King Kong here does look very nice, and that iconic scene of when he's got that boat propeller and he's getting ready to slice up that Skullcrawler is nice that it was recreated here. However, I do feel like maybe they could have added in a different head sculpt, because you're going to have the Versus Skullcrawler set, which is on the market, which is more appropriate for this pose of Kong. And there may be some folks who just want to get Kong, but not the Skullcrawler, and what's he staring at? Yeah. Now, do take note, this isn't something that I mentioned before, but he does not need any of the support material that is included with him to stand. He can stand on his own. That being said, for about $50, if you're a casual King Kong fan and you just want a D for Real of him, maybe you're not looking forward to the 2020 design. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet either. This is a very nice piece of Skull Island history. Glad I picked it up. Well, collectors, that brings us to the end of the video today, and I just wanted to take a second to thank you so much for watching. Now, you've heard a lot from me. I'd like to hear a little bit from you. Drop in the comments down below whether or not you liked it, you hated it, or maybe you were somewhere in between. I also want to take an extra second here for a nice, humongous thank you to all the patrons for SDR over the last month who have really helped the channel grow into what it can be today. So to all of you, 2 big thumbs up. Thank you very much. And now the end card should be popping up, which will give you a few clickable links, like maybe to subscribe or head on over to my Patreon, or some short URLs like to my social media or to my Teespring store. There's also a video I hand selected for you, so if you want to watch another STR video, I hand selected some good content for you to watch, so definitely check out that video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll catch ya in the next video.